Have you ever pondered about the importance of standards and methodologies in pen testing? In the world of cybersecurity, pen testing, short for penetration testing, stands as a vital frontline defense. It's a simulated cyber attack against your own computer system, aiming to uncover vulnerabilities before the bad guys do. But it's not merely about launching attacks and identifying weak spots. Pen testing is a systematic process, and this is where standards and methodologies come into play. Standards and methodologies provide a structured approach to pen testing. They're like a roadmap, guiding pen testers through the complex terrain of a computer system. With these in hand, they can systematically test, identify, and mitigate vulnerabilities. Think of it as going on a treasure hunt. You wouldn't just randomly dig holes hoping to strike gold, would you? Instead, you'd follow a map or some clues, systematically exploring one area after another. That's how standards and methodologies work in pen testing. They direct the pen tester's efforts, ensuring no stone, or in this case, no potential vulnerability, is left unturned. Standards are not just about structure, though. They're also about consistency and repeatability. With standards, pen testers can ensure that they're testing all systems in the same way, every time. This minimizes the risk of overlooking a critical vulnerability just because one system was tested differently from another. Methodologies, on the other hand, provide a step-by-step approach to pen testing. They outline the phases of a pen test, from reconnaissance and scanning to gaining access and maintaining control. By following a methodology, pen testers can ensure they're not missing any crucial steps in the process. In essence, standards and methodologies offer a coherent, comprehensive, and consistent approach to pen testing. They're the compass and the map for the pen tester's journey, guiding them through the complex landscape of a computer system, ensuring no vulnerability is missed. So you see, without these standards and methodologies, pen testing would be akin to navigating through a maze blindfolded. So, how do these standards and methodologies play out in real-life scenarios? Let's delve into a case study. Consider the situation of a medium-sized financial institution that suspected a potential breach in their system. The organization reached out to a team of pen testers to evaluate their system for vulnerabilities. The pen testers started with a pre-engagement interaction, as outlined in the Penetration Testing Execution Standard, PTS. This step involved understanding the scope of the project, the client's objectives, and potential constraints. They defined the boundaries of the test to ensure they wouldn't inadvertently disrupt critical services. Next, they moved to the intelligence gathering phase. Here, they collected as much information as possible about the target. This involved understanding the network topology, identifying potential weak points, and any information that could be exploited. The third phase was threat modeling. The pen testers used the information gathered to identify potential threats and how they could be exploited. They mapped these threats to the STRIDE model: spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privilege, a methodology used to classify security threats. After understanding the threats, they moved to the vulnerability analysis phase. Here, they used a combination of automated tools and manual testing to identify weak points in the system. They followed the Open Web Application Security Project, OWASP, methodology to ensure a comprehensive review. In the exploitation phase, the pen testers attempted to exploit the identified vulnerabilities. They adhered to the Metasploit Unleashed methodology, ensuring they exploited the system safely and without causing unnecessary damage. The pen testers then documented their findings and presented them to the institution, providing a roadmap for remediation. They also provided a post-exploitation analysis, detailing what an attacker could do if the vulnerabilities were not addressed. By adhering to these standards and methodologies, the pen testers identified several critical vulnerabilities that the financial institution was unaware of. As a result, the institution was able to address these vulnerabilities and significantly improve their security posture. This case study exemplifies the importance of following standard methodologies in pen testing. It ensured a thorough, systematic approach that left no stone unturned. It also ensured that the client received actionable insights and a clear path to improve their security. As we can see from the case study, standards and methodologies are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools that ensure the effectiveness of a pen test. From our exploration so far, several key points about standards and methodologies in pen testing have emerged. First and foremost, standards and methodologies in pen testing are not just about ticking boxes. They are crucial for ensuring a systematic and effective approach to pen testing. Without these guidelines in place, pen testing can quickly devolve into a chaotic, haphazard process. Standards and methodologies provide a roadmap, directing pen testers on where to start, what to look for, and how to proceed. They foster consistency, repeatability, and comprehensiveness in the pen testing process, ensuring that no stone is left unturned. Secondly, these standards and methodologies contribute significantly to the identification and mitigation of vulnerabilities. They provide a structured way to uncover weaknesses in a system and guide us on how to address them effectively. It's like having a detailed treasure map where X marks the spot of potential vulnerabilities. Once these vulnerabilities are identified, methodologies guide us on the best practices to mitigate these risks, ensuring that the systems are better fortified against potential attacks. Another key point is that standards and methodologies in pen testing are not static. They evolve with the ever-changing cybersecurity landscape, reflecting the latest threats and vulnerabilities. They provide a framework for continuous improvement in cybersecurity. As new threats emerge, methodologies are updated to incorporate strategies to identify and counteract these threats. This ensures that the systems are always one step ahead, ready to face the challenges of the dynamic cyber world. Moreover, standards and methodologies are universal. They are applicable across various industries and sectors, making them incredibly versatile. Whether it's banking, healthcare, or e-commerce, these standards and methodologies can be adapted to fit the specific needs and requirements of each sector. Lastly, it's crucial to remember that pen testing is a cyclical process. It's not a one-time event, but a continuous cycle of testing, identifying vulnerabilities, mitigating risks, and retesting. And here, standards and methodologies play a pivotal role. They provide the structure for this cycle, ensuring that each step is carried out effectively and efficiently. Remember, in the world of pen testing, standards and methodologies are the compass that guide us to our destination, a more secure cyber environment. So, let's keep our compasses handy and continue our journey towards a safer cyberspace.